Welcome back. I have a couple of words to say about the choice that President Obama made for the new campaign slogan, Forward. And I had to chuckle. A friend yesterday said the only reason they chose Forward was so they could get the O in there and do the little Obama O. I take a different view of this. I want to refer to Stanley Kurtz's great book, Radical in Chief. And what Kurtz does in this book, and I'm quoting directly a editorial piece written by Ken Blackwell, in his book, Radical in Chief, Stanley Kurtz takes great care to document Mr. Obama's ties to the American socialists. Obama admits in his memoir that he attended Socialist Scholars Conference in New York City in 1983. The way Obama tells it, going to the conference was part of the delightful intellectual smorgasbord of activity that a Columbia student samples in Manhattan. You know, Lincoln Center, the Bronx Zoo, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, Grant's Tomb, all the cultural stuff in the Big Apple. The underlying reality is choosing the word forward, given the context of its tie to socialism and the great leap forward. You know, I hate to have to explain this to people, but as someone who believes in freedom, when you talk to me about the great leap forward, or you use the word forward, or any of the other socialist slogans, it makes my skin crawl. You know, Stalin killed 60 million of his own people. Mao killed, pick a number, 70 million, 100 million of his people. The idea that we're going to embrace Stalinism or Maoism or communism or socialism, that's a bad idea. And before you say, oh, he didn't say embrace it, what did they fire his chief of staff for saying? I want to talk about my hero, Mao Zedong. These people in the Obama administration are rabidly socialist, if not communist. They are collectivists. They hate private property. Why, if that isn't true, why is there this constant class warfare, this constant 1% against the rest? Why is this constant battle on the basis of race, gender, ethnicity, class, religion? Always the attempt to do identity politics and break people down on lines of, conditions of birth. You're a woman, you can't understand. If I say you're a woman and you can't understand because you're a woman, I'm called a sexist pig. But if a woman says you're a man and you can't understand what I go through, you're just really wise, okay? I'm sick of it. And to have it played out at the political stage, a guy who is going to be the great uniter, a guy who is post-partisan, post-racial, post all that stuff. There's never been a more divisive president than President Obama. And the reason he's divisive, quite simply, is because he is a socialist. He is someone who believes in identity politics. He believes in class warfare. He believes in every one of these things. And it's not a mistake when the professor from SMU gets up and says the way we do things at the EPA is we're going to go into a village, we're going to find the first 5 people and crucify them because then the village is easier to run for the next few years. That's not an accident. That's not a mistake. That's not a misstatement. That's how they view the government versus the peons out there in the country. They're just one more problem to deal with. And the best way to take care of them is to go ahead and crucify them. Forward to socialism might as well be crucify all those who don't agree with you. That's as good. The forward to socialism, the crucify all who don't agree with you, the professor from SMU, the Employment Prevention Act, the Employment Prevention Agency, it's all the same thing. It all confirms the same reality. These people are anti-capital, anti-freedom, anti-free choice, anti-free speech. You don't believe it? Try to talk to them about why socialism is a bad thing. Have them defend how many millions of people Stalin killed, how many millions of people Mao killed. Have them defend socialism and see how angry they get. In the meantime, embrace freedom. November's coming. Get everybody registered to vote. We got to get out there. We got to win this argument. We got to win this election, and we got to take back our freedom. God bless you, and God bless the United States.